What's up, y'all? It's your boy Daniel Dragonstaff coming back at you with another Dragonstaff tutorial. Today we're going to cover 5 ways to make your Dragonstaff fly. So our first Dragonstaff toss is, in my opinion, the most simple, probably most common. We can get into it from a few different ways. Basically, I think the easiest way is from this move here. I want to say it's called like a double arm roll, double forearm roll, something like that. And as the staff comes up towards the top of the hands, we bring the hands up to allow the staff to roll down the hands, down the arms, down the chest. As the staff reaches the chest, we bring the arms down to create a path for the staff, and then we'll launch the staff up into the air. It'll look something like so. One thing about this move is that we can also use it to change the rolling direction of the staff. So we can catch it with the staff rolling away from us as it was when we tossed it. Or we can toss the staff, allow the staff to do 1/2 rotation in the air, and then catch the staff now rolling towards us, which will look something like this. So in my personal opinion, this move looks better if the legs are in more of a lunge position. I also find that it's easier on the low back. So I recommend doing this move from more of a warrior 1 footing position if you practice yoga. So that'll look something more like this. And catching it with the staff rolling towards us. The second Dragonstaff toss we're going to cover is one that I like to refer to as the standard toss. So you can really do it from any position. You don't even need to have the staff rolling or in a chi roll, anything like that. You just throw the staff up into the air, let it do 1 full spin so that it's still rolling away from you when you catch it, as it was when you threw it, most likely. And it'll look something like this. I feel like the least harsh way to catch the staff when it's coming down is somewhere near the inside of the elbow, the inner arm, catching it on both sides. Another fun way to catch the staff when it's coming down from that toss is to catch it going into a palm spin, like so. And that will lead us to our third way to make your dragon fly. We'll call this a palm spin toss. So if you haven't already checked it out, I have a tutorial up already on palm spins. And at the very end of the tutorial for variation 5, we learn how to do the palm spin with the toss, how to catch it. So if you haven't already watched that, I highly recommend and would appreciate if you did so. Just to briefly go over that, we send the staff up, turning clockwise above us into a palm spin with the staff in the right hand as we turn towards the right. At any point when we feel the staff turning towards us, we can launch the staff into the air, catch it with the top of the opposite hand, top of the opposite wrist, to keep the staff rolling towards us, like so. For our fourth way to make your dragon fly, we're going to take it back to the very first tutorial I put up. It's titled something like Dragonstaff tutorial for beginners, and in that tutorial we learned this move here where the staff slides down the top of the forearm, and then we bring the hand up to the ear, and then it slides down the bottom of the forearm. We switch the other arm in. I would recommend checking that one out before going into this toss, and I like to refer to this one as hand tosses. It's not as much of a toss as the ones we covered previously. It's more of a smaller toss, just going back and forth between your two hands. So you let the staff travel down the top of the forearm, as I covered in my first tutorial. And then once it comes down the hand, we keep the staff or our hand a little above head height or head height, and then we toss it with the staff rolling away from us into our opposite hand, which will be placed a little bit lower, somewhere near the stomach or chest. It'll look something like this. Keeping the contact point of the staff right in the center with both hands as you toss and catch the staff. That'll really affect how the staff looks and whether it decides to go tilt as you're tossing it or stay directly parallel to the ground, like so. And for our fifth way to make your dragon fly, if you haven't already checked it out, my most recent tutorial was how to do a forearm roll here, and this is going to play right off of that. So as we're in our forearm roll, the staff will come down the top of the forearm, down the top of the hand, and as soon as it reaches the top of the hand, top of the fingers, we release the staff up and allow it to launch into the air. And now the staff will be rolling towards us as we catch it. And much like we did in our third Dragonstaff toss, the palm spin toss, where we caught the staff rolling into like a Steve, we'll do something similar in the forearm roll. So we'll launch the staff into the air with the staff rolling away from us, but then it curves in the air so that we catch it with the staff rolling towards us on the top of the opposite hand, top of the opposite wrist, to allow the staff to travel up the arm, around the shoulders, and it'll look something like this. As always, remember to try all of these tosses on the opposite side. So for our standard toss, the second one we covered, if you're tossing it and letting it spin, clockwise in the air, then toss it the opposite side, letting it spin counterclockwise in the air. And if you're doing your palm spin toss from your right hand, make sure to drill it on the left hand. Same with our hand tosses. You're doing it right hand on top, left on bottom, switch it up. By drilling both sides evenly, it'll really help down the road to incorporate these moves into our flow more naturally. As always, if you have any questions, comments, if I left anything out, feel free to leave a comment down below. Shoot me a message or an email, whatever you fancy. Really appreciate you guys watching. See you guys in my next video.